This is probably the most difficult decision, but yet not so difficult considering the existing conditions in our city. But it will have significant cascading effect on our city because our children will not be able to attend school, be in those seats with direct instruction. However, we know that we will continue to do our best as we start the school year with distant learning. I said prior to the 4th of July, and I pleaded to the community that if we wanted our children to return to school in that environment that they're used to, but that they need to thrive, that it truly depended upon the actions of adults being that example. You've heard here that we know what our children need so that they can reach their fullest potential, meaning that on-site instruction and also in a healthy environment for themselves and for our instructional leaders. So we know what we need for our young people. But you know what? We have not provided what they need. A healthy environment, a safe environment, so that they can return to school this fall in those seats. So I'm asking you, everyone, to let's make our children our top priority. And when we put our kids first, and we've been saying this even pre-COVID, if we put our children first in every decision that we have to make, then we know that we're going to be a healthy community, a vibrant community, and one that has the economic foundation that we all need to stand on. So we're not there yet. But what I do know is that we have everything that we need to get there again. No doubt about it. Because the reason that the city of New Orleans was able to flatten that curve by 96%, it was all because of the public's doing. They followed the guidelines. They listened. They trusted government. But we need everyone to do that more so right now. Because remember, we entered COVID-19, we entered at a deficit. The disparities in our community, they're real. And those disparities exist as relates to the level of education and where we want our children to be. And we know that we need them to be there for a thriving city and an economy. We need to turn this around and we can do it. But let's make sure that our children become our top priority and not following in terms of the guidelines that are put in place, not actively going against them, knowing what the outcomes will be. So this is our opportunity, but more importantly, I'm going to pull from my Mayor Sala in Milan. He says, you know what? It's our obligation. So this is our obligation to ensure that our children and our instructional leaders have what they need to be vibrant. So my commitment to the New Orleans Public Schools, NOLA Public Schools, the Orleans Parish School Board, and to all of our parents and to the community at large is for the city of New Orleans to continue to be a partner, be unwavering, and do all that we can to ensure that we do not lose our kids in the midst of distant learning. Because the environments in which they're in, some of them are not great. We need them back in that classroom for the support and the resources that our kids need to reach their fullest potential. So